guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're all doing well and having a fantastic day. So, I used to believe that every seemingly good thing and every, seemingly good opportunity that came my way or was placed before me was always for me and always from God. Sorry, that was my daughter. So if it's good, it must be from God, right? That was kind of, was kind of my thought pattern. And so I have grown in my relationship with the Lord. I have grown in my faith. I've grown in my knowledge of His Word. And so my opinion on that belief has now changed. And so that's kind of what I want to share with you guys today in this message. Not every good thing, not every seemingly good thing that comes your way is going to be from the Lord. Sometimes it's going to be from the enemy, and I'm going to talk more about that in the message. But I used to think for example, my sister and my best friend, they homeschool their kids and rock at it and, totally rock the stay-at-home mom and homeschooling their kids thing. And I did the stay-at-home mom thing, which was awesome, and I was so blessed to be able to do that. But the homeschooling thing, it works for them, and they do so well at it, and it seems so good, and I wish that I could do that, but it is just that homeschooling is just not something that I see for myself and my family right now. Maybe at some point, at a different point in my life, maybe it could be for me. Who knows? But just because, they're doing it and it seems really good and it's working for them and their kids doesn't mean, that, that's because they're doing it, maybe that means that I should do it too. I should homeschool my kids. It doesn't mean that it's going to be for me. Or I used to think, so-and-so is doing this, healthy eating thing or this workout regimen, and it's working for them, and it seems like a really good, healthy thing, so maybe God's telling me that I need to do that workout and I need to eat this way, when in reality, that person's body is so different than mine, and yes, it might be a good workout regimen and a good healthy eating plan, but if I was to follow that and do that, my body's totally different, and it could turn out really bad for me. I could end up, a lot not as healthy. So you get the idea. So not every good thing is always going to be for you, and not every seemingly good thing is always going to be from the Lord. So it says in 2 Corinthians 11:14 that the enemy, the devil, disguises himself as an angel of light. So that's the literal description of the devil in the Bible, is he disguises himself as an angel of light. Whoa, right? That's wait a minute. We know that he's the father of lies. He's a master deceiver. He's the father of confusion. He only comes to do 3 things: to steal, kill, and destroy. But he disguises himself as, an angel of light, as something that is good and something that is right and desirable. And so that's how he lures people in, and that's how he gets us to follow his way of living. And so kind of a cool comparison for that is, if anybody has seen Finding Nemo, it's the part where Dory and Marlin, Nemo's dad, are out. They're on this hunt searching for his son, and they get kind of sidetracked, and they see this ball of light that hypnotizes them, and it draws them in. And so Dory and Marlin are swimming closer and closer to this ball of light, and Dory's like, "Oh, it's so pretty," and Marlin's like, "Oh, I feel so happy." And the closer that they get to this ball of light, they actually see that it's this creepy fish with big teeth, and it's really scary, and so they freak out and they swim away. And so in real life, that is actually a real fish. It's called an anglerfish, and the fish has this little dangly thing that hangs in front of its face, and it uses the light to lure other fish in so that it can so it can get them, it can trap them and eat them. And so that's kind of a comparison of how you could look at the enemy. He disguises himself as an angel of light, but really is bad. But 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8, it warns us that we should be sober and vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And so the enemy, he's literally searching every moment for his next victim. He plots and he plans and he schemes. And so if we're not careful, if we're not on alert, if we're not close in our relationship with the Lord and staying strong in our faith through daily prayer and through daily reading of the Bible, getting into the Word, then we're going to become easy targets. Kind of like, the fish that get drawn to the anglerfish's light. We're going to be easy targets and, get trapped. And so we need to have wisdom and discernment, and, we need to be able to recognize, the things that are truly from God and that really are for us, and the things that, seem good, but are actually not good and not really for us. And, they actually have an evil motive hidden somewhere in there. So in James 1:5, it tells us that if anyone lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously without finding fault, and it will be given to you. And so if you feel like, well, I don't really think that I have the wisdom and discernment to judge between something that's from the enemy and something that's from God, then do what it says in James 1:5 and just simply ask. Simply ask. And so, when we're close with the Lord, when we have a good relationship, when we ask for wisdom and discernment, it's going to be given to us. And then once we have that, we're not going to be so easily tricked into things, that are not truly for us. And so I'm just going to give you a quick example of, a seemingly good opportunity that the devil may bring to you, but that is really not good. So I'm just going to use a job opportunity for example. There's this job. It's from the enemy, but it's placed before you, and it seems like a really good job. It's got good pay, it's got the benefits, it's close to where you live, so it seems like it's a good deal. Hey, awesome, this is a good opportunity, must be from God, right? So you take this job, and you end up, little do you know that the people in this job are really just wrapped up in all the wrong things, and they're not the best people. Maybe they do a lot of gossiping or talking bad about, putting other people down. Maybe they themselves are wrapped up in, things that are just not good. And because you work around these people every day, Monday through Friday, the Bible says to be careful of who you hang out with the company you keep, because, you become like the company you keep. And so it says to be careful about that. And so, you take this job, you're around these people all the time, and then soon enough, before you know it, you find yourself, walking down this wrong path. You're talking like you wouldn't normally talk, doing things you wouldn't normally do, acting in ways you wouldn't normally act, and you just find yourself totally down this wrong road, and you're like, wow, what happened? How did I get here? And in reality, this opportunity was from the devil. He put it in front of you, seemingly good, made it seem good and right and desirable. But he knew that these people were going to be around you, and they were going to be bad influences, and it was going to lead you down a wrong path and get you far away from God and all the good things that he has for your life. And, that was his whole plan to begin with. So that's where you got to be careful, where he can put something in front of you that seems good, and you might think that it's good and it's for you, but there's an evil motive behind it. And so, everything that the enemy presents to you, whether it is a person, a friendship, maybe a romantic relationship, or a business partnership, a job opportunity, anything, no matter what it is, whatever the enemy places before you, it is always going to end in some kind of disorder. It's going to end in some kind of confusion or hurt or, jealousy, sadness, pain. It's going to lead you to sin. It's going to lead you ultimately farther away from God and everything that He has for you and for your life. But when something is brought to you by the Lord and it's for you, it's going to bring you closer to God, and it's going to bring you into alignment with everything that He has planned for your life. And so I want to say too, don't get mad if whatever the Lord brings or places before you doesn't seem exactly like what you want or what you would think that you should have or be doing. Because, when we're following the Lord, we do get called out of our comfort zone, right? And so, but that's how He matures us and how we grow and whatever. So, but, just remember that the Lord knows who you need. He knows what you need, and He knows the exact time and moment that you need it all. Whereas the enemy, he's going to try to get you to do something that is not for you at that time. He's going to try to get you, to do the wrong thing, okay? And so you get the idea. But when something is from God, it is always going to lead to things like healing and freedom and growth and true joy and, and peace. And so these things, though all of those things are gifts. And I think that that's what James 1:17 means when it says that every good and perfect gift, that leads to those things that I just listed, is from above, coming from the Father. So those are the things that are truly from God and that are meant for you, not the things that seem good. So the devil, he's going to do anything that he can to distract you from the life that God has for you, to get you down a wrong path, to get you mixed up with the wrong people, and to get you engaged in, sinful activities. And so just know, God has a plan for your life. The enemy has a plan for your life also. Be aware and be ready for both, but be wise enough to know which one to embrace and which one to battle. All right, that was my message, you guys. I love you all. Have a good day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.